Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm sharing with you my manga haul for the month of March. So this month's manga haul is much smaller than it has been, so that's a good thing. But I saw some interesting titles while I was at the Barnes & Noble for the last Monochrome Manga Club meeting, and so I definitely picked those up to check them out, and I wanted to share with you what I got. So let's get into it. First off, I have volume 10 of Kakuryu Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. This one's by Wako Ioka, original story by Midori Yuma, and character design by Laruha. So this one's published by Viz Rated Teen, and it's about a woman who finds out that her grandfather, who had passed away, had left her to become the bride of the bed and breakfast for spirits as his payback for the debt that he was in gambling in the spirit world. She is not the type of person to just go along with that type of arrangement, so she decides to try to make her own way in the spirit world. And so we follow her trying to do that, meeting all the people that work at the bed and breakfast for spirits, as well as the master who she was supposed to have married. It's a really interesting story. I wait such a long time for these volumes to come out, and they're always so thin, but I really enjoy the story. I've watched the anime, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next season, which was announced recently, and so yes. Love the art style. The story is really interesting, and I really enjoy the series, so I'm glad that we have another volume to read. Picked up volume 8 of Animal Crossing Deserted Island Diary. This one's by Koko Nasurumba, published by Viz, rated all ages. So this is a story that occurs within the world of Animal Crossing New Horizons. We follow a group of kids who get to move on to one of these deserted islands in an agreement with Tom Nook. And you kind of follow them going through the gameplay, building a house, collecting bells, meeting some of the characters and things. And on each of the volumes, it kind of tells you who you'll be meeting in that volume. So in this one, we're going to have Brewster, Tom Nook, Isabel, Bunny, Blathers, and Zipper. So this is an Easter episode because Zipper is the Easter bunny kind of. So yeah, I really enjoy this series. It is a lot of hijinks and hilarity, but I really enjoy seeing all of the Animal Crossing villagers. And then at the back of every volume, there's a little snippet from the mangaka talking about their Animal Crossing island and any changes that had happened with their villager roster. And it's just really interesting. I enjoy it a lot, and so definitely had to continue collecting Animal Crossing. I picked up volume 1 of A Star Brighter Than the Sun by Kazune Kawahara. This was published by Viz Rated Teen. It says it's from the creator of My Love Story and High School Debut. Sae has always been taller and stronger than the average girl. Koki used to be smaller and weaker than the average boy. But now that he's in high school, he's tall and super popular. Will their childhood friendship rekindle and maybe develop into something more? So I thought that sounded sweet. So I really enjoy stories like that, and so I wanted to check that one out. I picked up 2345 by Ohana. This one's published by Kodansha, rated 16 plus, so that's older teen. I Won't Ever Let You Die Again. New Tokyoite and college freshman Iku is living the otaku dream, except for the fact that he can now see ghosts. One day he bumps into Mimori, a super friendly spirit that haunts a local bridge, and reluctantly lets a lonely specter into his home. But every night at 23:45, Mimori is drawn back to the bridge and forced to replay his downfall. Will Mimori be stuck in this loop forever, or can Iku find a way to save him from an eternity of unending tragedy? So I thought that sounded really interesting, and so I decided to go ahead and check that one out. Had to continue collecting the 3-in-1 editions of Haikyuu by Haruichi Furudate. These are volumes 10, 11, and 12, published by Viz Rated Teen. So the Monochrome Manga Club is currently reading through this series, and I'm doubling up on our collection because we do have the full collection in single editions, but decided to go ahead and pick up the 3-in-1s as well. This cover has 2 of our favorite characters on it. I'm very partial to Bokuto, so I was really happy to see this cover. And so I'm really enjoying our reread of this. I have already read through the entirety of Haikyuu once, And so it's been really nice to get back to reading the series again with the club members. And then we're probably going to do another rewatch of the series sometime soon as well. So really looking forward to that and really enjoying Haikyuu. I picked up this, which is a webtoon. It's not really a manga, but I've been interested in checking this one out for a while, and so I decided to finally go ahead and pick it up. Cursed Princesses Club by Lamcat. So this is volume 1. This does not have age ratings on it, but it seems like it would be like all ages, or at least like, I don't know, middle school maybe. So it says, meet Gwendolyn, living proof that princesses don't always have it all. Although she lives in a castle and her father is king, Gwendolyn isn't like a fairy tale princess and isn't conventionally attractive. But one night she accidentally stumbles upon the twisted world of the Cursed Princess Club, and her life will never be the same. Hexed and cast out, the ladies of the club are just the people Gwendolyn needs to show her that just because she doesn't fit the mold doesn't mean she's any less of a princess. So I thought it sounded interesting, and I really like the art style. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to check this one out. And so I'm glad that I finally was able to pick that one up. I've been actually looking for it for a while, but it wasn't in the like manga webtoon section of the store. And it wasn't in like the kids section either. It was actually on a separate like graphic novels shelf on its own with the teen stuff. So I'm not quite sure what to expect from that, but I'm looking forward to seeing what I think of that one. I picked up Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 6 by Itaru Kinoshita, research consultant Shinichi Fujiwara. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. So in this one, we're following workers of a dinosaur zoo. Not very different from Jurassic Park, but more like a zoo than entertainment, like kind of touring kind of park, where you actually have keepers that take care of the dinosaurs, and like you see the dinosaurs get sick, and you see them kind of age and things like that. And in between each of like the chapters and things, there are informational like pages that tell you about the dinosaurs that you've been introduced to up to that point of the series, and why certain dinosaurs were drawn certain ways, and some of the research that has been done on dinosaurs and things like that. It's really, really interesting. I'm really enjoying the story. You get to meet all of the zookeepers and find out what like drove them to become zookeepers at a zoo like this, and go through them with the struggles that the zoo is having, like with finances and things like that, and learning how to take care of these dinosaurs. It's really, really interesting. I'm enjoying it a lot, and so I had to go ahead and get volume 6. I believe I am up to date on reading the series, so I just have to read this one now to be current, but I really enjoy the series a lot. I picked up volume 5 of The Uncanny Encounter by Jong E. This one is published by Issei Press, rated older teen. So in this world, evil spirits can cross over from the spirit realm to the human plane and inhabit humans to continue doing the bad things that they had done while they were alive. And so to combat this, there are groups of what they're calling counters. And these people are the people who go after these spirits and return them to the spirit realm. So in this story, we're following a guy who kind of ends up having to join these counters through a turn of events. And so he's learning how to do the job. And in the midst of all of that, there's like a mystery kind of going on in the background. It's really, really interesting. I started watching the live action and really enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying this story in its physical format as well. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next in this series. This one was also on the shelf where Cursed Princess Club was, and I thought it looked really interesting. So this is Noblesse by Jae-ho Sun and Kwang-soo Lee. This is volume 1, published by Webtoon Unscrolled, so same company that publishes Cursed Princess Club. So it says, when Cadiz Etrama de Raziel, or Rai for short, awakens after 820 years of slumber, he discovers a modern world he simply doesn't understand. Once an extremely powerful member of the nobles, a race of nearly immortal and powerful creatures, Rai decides to start again as a student at Yeran High School, founded by his former servant Frankenstein, who is somehow still alive after all these centuries. Frankenstein's goal is twofold. He wants to help his powerful vampire-like master learn about human life and culture, but he also needs to protect Rai from the modern forces he cannot fathom. Rai's somewhat peaceful new life is about to be shattered by the Union, a secret organization interested in using his powers to further its own malicious agenda. When the past clashes with the present in this fresh take on familiar dark fantasy tropes, Rai must do everything in his power to ensure the Union won't control his destiny as he continues to integrate himself into this new and confusing modern world. So it says Volume 1 collects Season 1, Part 1 of the global hit webtoon series. So I thought it sounded really interesting. The art style looks really interesting as well. And so, yes, looking forward to check this one out. But like I said, it was 2 shelves above Cursed Princess Club on the same, like, bookshelf. So I'm not quite sure what Barnes & Noble is, like, doing with that. But, yeah, had I not been over there, I probably would not have seen Noblesse as well. So definitely benefited me to go searching in other places of the store that day. I normally do just stick to certain areas of the store, but I had a little bit of time the last time to kind of roam, and so was able to find those 2, and I'm really, really looking forward to checking those out. Volume 6 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. This one is by Sleepy Sea, adapted by Umi, and original story by Singing Song. So this is a story that we read Volume 1 for in the Monochrome Manga Club. It's about a guy who is the only reader of a web novel, and once he finishes that web novel, things start to happen in real life that match exactly what happened in the web novel. And since he's the only one who's read the novel, he's the only one that knows like what to expect. And so we follow him trying to like work his way through the story. Really, really interesting. Daughter really enjoys what she's read so far of this series. I believe she's up to date besides this volume. I am still not past volume 1, but after hearing my daughter talk about it, very, very interested in the story, even more so than I was after I read the first volume. And we also have another member in our manga club that really enjoys the series as well. The light novel is coming out this summer, and I think I'm probably going to enjoy that more than I enjoy the graphic novels, because I tend to appreciate those more because of the amount of detail that they're able to give with the light novels. It's kind of the same experience I'm having with Solo Leveling, where I'm reading the light novels instead of the manhwa, because there's so much more detail, because you're not having to deal with the limited amount of space that you only get in the little text bubbles and things. And so, yeah, really, really enjoying light novels recently. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one in its light novel form. But until then, going ahead to collect the manhwa for the daughter, because she's really enjoying this as well. And then last but not least, I had to pick up Tokyo Adventures Volumes 13 and 14 by Ken Wakui. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. So this is about a guy named Takemichi who is in his like mid-20s when he finds out that his middle school girlfriend was murdered by a gang that he used to know when he was in middle school. And he unlocks the ability to be able to go back in time and try to fix things so that it prevents his middle school girlfriend from being murdered in the future. It's a really interesting story. This is the volume that we will be reading for the month of April, and so I had to go ahead and pick it up. I'm really enjoying this series. There are a few things that I have a little bit of an issue with, but all in all, I am enjoying what the series has brought so far. Some things are really hard to read, especially because there's a lot of fighting. I mean, we're talking about gangs in this series, so obviously there's going to be fighting, but it's just a little hard sometimes, you know, reading about people that you've come to kind of connect to in a story, right? And you're just seeing them getting beat up and getting beat up and getting beat up. It's really difficult. And that's kind of the experience that I've been having. But the story itself is really interesting, and I normally don't enjoy stories that go from present to past to present to past. But I think this is done really, really well, and I'm really, really enjoying the experience. So, looking forward to seeing what this volume brings for us, and looking forward to discussing it with my Monochrome Manga Club members in a couple of weeks. But yes, had to go ahead and collect that one, and that is everything that I picked up for the month of March. So not as much as usual, but I found some new and exciting things that I'm looking forward to trying, and I collected some continuing volumes and series that I'm already into. So I'm very happy with everything I picked up. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of these titles and what you thought of them, but please no spoilers. Or was there anything new and exciting that you found that you were not aware of that you decided to go ahead and try out for your manga haul this month? Let me know that as well. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a book stack emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.